Welcome everyone. Welcome to Porsche Centre North Toronto and our springtime social, becoming a little bit of a tradition here for our Porsche Club of America Upper Canada region. We thank Graham McNabb, Leslie McClelland, and the whole team here at Porsche Centre North Toronto for hosting us once again. We're extremely excited that we can have some live guests here this year. Last year we were on Zoom, and it's just fabulous to see people out and enjoying. It's a fabulous day, fabulous weather. For those joining virtually, welcome. We wish you could be here with us as well. We're hoping that as the pandemic hopefully gets a little bit better, that we will be able to open up our events much more and have a lot more people here. So as you can see, our fantastic videographer, Christopher Hebert, who's behind the camera, he'll show you some of these cars here while I'm speaking. We've got a wonderful, gorgeous 918 Spyder. When this was launched in 2015, it was the fastest production car in the world. Car and Driver magazine tested it at 2.5 seconds, 0 to 60 miles per hour. And even to this day, it is in the top 2 or 3, and that's pretty spectacular for a car that is 7 years old. As well, you'll see this amazing car. It's not every day you see 959, and we have a fabulous red one here this evening. This car was way ahead of its time and came out, I believe, about 30 years ago or so. And a lot of the technology in this vehicle, other car makers adopted it not 30 years ago. They've actually been starting to adopt it in the last 10 years. So this car was ahead of its time when it first came out, and it still looks gorgeous. And we're going to do a little bit more of an in-depth review with one of our club members in a little bit. So stick around. We also have prizes for virtual audience, as well as our in-person folks here. So we'll get to those as well. We're going to welcome some new members later on, including on virtual and here in person. So I'm going to keep this a little bit short, probably gone too long already, because we've got some beautiful VIPs sitting right here. So just want to touch base on a few club events. Many of our events we're proud to offer in conjunction with Porsche Centre North Toronto this year. That includes a driving tour on June 4th. So to talk briefly about that, Jerry Cornwell is going to be leading that tour, and he's going to say just a few words here.
Thanks, Stefan. Hi. Nice cars, eh? Whoa. So I'm co-hosting the Porsche Centre North Toronto Enthusiast Driving Tour on June 4th, along with my friend Jeff Millman, who 2 days ago tested positive. So he's not here. So we've got someone to blame, which is perfect. We have a route that's mostly planned east of here. We're going to go north and then east. We're going to end up in the Port Hope area. The restaurant has been selected. We will have a private room for our group. There's adequate parking for all the cars to be together. We're also planning a winery stop in the afternoon. So it should be a pretty full day. The emphasis on this tour is going to be photography. So dust off your old Pentax and make sure the car is nice and shiny, because we're going to have lots of photographic opportunities. Club photographer Eshel Zweig hopefully will be joining us for the event. So be ready on your computer to register. Watch Province and the club registry, the club website for the registration date. Okay, that's all. Hope to see you there.
And just to recap, so that's June 4th for the Porsche Centre North Toronto Enthusiast Cruise Driving Tour. And as Jerry mentioned, many of our driving tours sell out extremely quickly. We actually had some last year that sold out within 4 or 5 seconds. It's actually hard to believe. And we've got 20 tours scheduled this year, so hopefully we can accommodate everybody. Even last year, we tried to add an extra tour here or there to enable more people to come out. For example, Forks of the Credit Hockley Valley, we added a second tour and last year. And so we're always looking at ways where we can enhance things and expand things. So driving tours will start to open for registration at the end of this month. So we already have several tours beginning in May, and then of course, June 4th here at Porsche Centre North Toronto. So another big event that we have coming up, and it's coming up very soon in less than 2 weeks, is our Shift into Spring open house at CSN 427 Auto Collision. So Peter Helston is going to step up here, and he's one of our co-chairs of this event. It's a fabulous event. There's a food truck, I think maybe 2 food trucks, Peter will tell us, and you just have to make a donation to Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the food is on CSN 427 Auto Collision. So that's April 24th, and Peter, you can let us know a little bit more.
Thank you. Many of you have been to Shift in the past, but for those who haven't, it's a really worthwhile event. It will be Sunday, April 24th, from 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We have 20 vendors displaying their wares, including 10 new ones, which Kai has been working on. So a lot of new, interesting products and services that will be there. We have 5 event tables that will be various events for sign up this summer. We have fabulous store prizes, including a 911. Sorry, 1/18th size. Actually, we have great door prizes, really. We have a swap meet, which if you've been accumulating products from a project or something and you want to sell them to a happy home, please feel free to bring them. We'll have tables set up for you to display any parts you have and products and that. So, and then we have a tech session, which will be very interesting. 427 Auto Collision has a smashed 911. And they have one of the leading experts on all things Porsche. He's going to describe during the tech session all the different steps that have to go into getting that car to be new again. So it should be very, very interesting. We have food trucks, and 427 is donating all of the proceeds from the food trucks to Children's Wish Foundation. I can't say enough about 427. They really, I was there this morning, just ironing out final details, and they really bend over backwards to just really do a hell of a job for our club. So thanks to them. We've struggled with this, but it will be a mask event. We look like we were headed for time when people could walk around, obviously when you're eating, no mask, but we're going to require people to wear a mask when they're indoors. So anyway, Sunday, April 24th, 10 to 2. I'll see you all there.
Thank you, Peter. So Peter Helston is a co-chair of the Shift into Spring Open House along with Mark Solomon, and we thank them for their great work. And we're going to move forward a little more here. And just to our virtual audience, please stick around, hang around. We're going to do some in-depth views of these cars in just a few moments. But it's my pleasure to introduce the Managing Director of Porsche Centre North Toronto, Graham McNabb. Porsche Centre North Toronto has been a huge supporter of our club since day one. They opened the doors in 2017, and not only did they invite us to their grand opening, but they also hosted a specific opening just for our club members. So many of you, I'm sure I was there, many of you were probably there as well. And Graham has some big news about the dealership and some other announcements. So without further ado, Graham McNabb.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Put that in there. Can everybody hear me okay? Well, thank you. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be here standing between these two iconic cars. It's just unbelievable to me. Welcome to Porsche Centre North Toronto, and thank you for joining us tonight. The last PCA social was at PCNT was in March of 2020, just before the lockdown. It's been 2 long years, and I'm so grateful to have you all back with us to share our collective Porsche passion. Our support of PCA UCR has been unwavering, as Stefan was just talking about. And during the pandemic, PCNT continued to support with virtual meets and an awesome club drive. Having said that, I'm looking forward to many more events like the one on June 4th. That's the day after my birthday, so presents are welcome, absolutely, thank you. The community of Porsche enthusiasts is second to none, which makes my job as managing director just a dream. Daily, I'm surrounded by the best cars and get to watch our customers' dreams come true. Equally special is the relationships I see formed here every day between our team and our guests. They work hard to ensure the experience of PCNT lives up to the Porsche passion of our customer, and our success depends on you. In fact, today we received our 800th Google review, and we've only been around for 5 years. So that's a real huge accomplishment for us, and we really appreciate the fandemonium that we've created here at Porsche Centre North Toronto. Thank you. With that said, I want to take a minute and acknowledge that Porsche Centre North Toronto, for the 3rd consecutive year, has been awarded the prestigious Premier Dealer Award. This award is presented to the top 4 Porsche dealerships in Canada and is the result of a strong and well-balanced performance in all areas of our business. I'll also mention that PCNT was the only Porsche Centre in Ontario to win this prestigious award. Thank you to our team for all their effort to make this possible, and thank you to our fans for supporting us. I'm just waiting for the trophy now. As we approach our 5th anniversary of operations, I'd like to touch on the past, present, and future of Porsche and how PCNT continues to take part in all 3. As a nod to the past and the passion of Porsche owners in Canada, we have on display tonight a collection of iconic Porsches. First, our 1986 Targa, which was one of the 12 Porsche cars featured in the Porsche Canada Classic Restoration Challenge. It's just up at the front there. You walked by it as you came in. You can follow the journey of our Targa on our YouTube channel. Please click like and subscribe. That's the lingo that you're supposed to use with social. You can also find a cameo of the car on the Straight Pipes YouTube show, where it was compared against the 992 Targa. That has several 100,000 views on YouTube, which was just a real delight for us, and to see the hard work that our team put in on that car and get that much exposure was fantastic. And our car received incredible exposure, and its story earned PCNT the marketing award for the contest. So we were really excited about that. Our next project car is currently on its way to PCNT from California. We're excited to get started on that one. The model is still a surprise, but I can provide you a clue. Did anyone know that this year marks the 40th anniversary of the 911 Cabriolet? When we talk about Porsche Classic, it doesn't get any better than the 959. We are so lucky to have one on display tonight for your viewing pleasure. Even as a kid, I was a car and racing nut. And I remember race car driver Danny Sullivan owning a 959. And if I remember correctly, he was caught speeding at nearly 200 miles an hour. And I believe the top speed on this thing is 197 miles an hour. So he had it flat out. And he got a tremendous speeding ticket, and it made all the papers. We also have an icon on display tonight, the 918 Spyder. This unique supercar was just purchased at Barrett-Jackson and came directly to PCNT for servicing. I want to thank Gagan Nivani for sharing his Porsche collection and putting on his trust in PCNT. Thank you for having these here tonight. There's so much to be excited about in the present. Of course, we can be thankful that we are gathered here tonight, but what an amazing time for Porsche. Just launched is the latest iteration of the Macan, on display in an amazing color papaya. Just when you think they can't make it any better, the engineers prove us wrong. The car is refined in every way, with lines that scream performance and interior features that have been updated to meet the demands of today's buyer. Our Macan remains one of the most popular sports cars, and the newest version is sure to please any car enthusiast. Last time we got together in 2020, I was talking about the Taycan being the future of Porsche. Well, the future has arrived, and the Taycan has been an incredible success worldwide, even outselling our amazing 911. We are very fortunate to have the newest model of Taycan on display for you tonight. It's over in the corner. It's the Taycan GTS Sport Turismo. The GTS model boasts 590 horsepower and a 0 to 100 time of only 3.7 seconds. PCNT and Porsche continue to invest in charging infrastructure, and you will see more and more about destination Porsche charging across Canada. These are partnerships at select locations that align with our customers. We'll have more about that in an upcoming announcement. This brings us to the future. We are investing in charging because Porsche has set a goal of 50% electric power by 2025 and 80% by 2030. We know the Macan is the next model to go all electric, which is sure to be another success. Customers are already leaving deposits to get their place in the electric revolution. With a goal of 80% electric, you can imagine what else is in the works. But because there's no official release from Porsche just yet, I'll stay mum on that topic until our next social. Tonight, I'm thankful we can gather and marvel at these incredible cars, that we can share stories about the cars that bring us together, and we can talk about future plans to enjoy all these Porsches. If you are looking to add or replace your Porsche, I'd encourage you to check out our pre-owned inventory and speak with our team. Our pre-owned manager is buying vehicles daily, and many of them are sold before we can advertise them. Additionally, if you or someone you know is looking to sell their Porsche, we're always ready to buy. Our new car inventory is very light right now. We are taking orders, and there is some delay on actually receiving a car right now due to all the production delays that were caused during the COVID pandemic. However, we will do our best to get you a car as soon as possible. Tonight, we also have an exclusive offer, as Stefan mentioned, for PCA members with 20% off Porsche lifestyle products or equipment accessories, excluding wheels and tires. But Vinny and Daniel are back at the parts counter. They're willing to help you out and take your orders. And in closing, I'd just like to say thank you to the Upper Canada Region team and our PCNT team for all their effort to organize this evening. We have a great coffee truck with Fleets. They've been a great supporter of PCNT in our events in the past, and we're really happy to have them here again. I want to thank all the participants on Zoom for their support of PCNT, and I can't wait to have another event with you guys in the near future. I hope you enjoy tonight, and thank you. And I'll pass it back over to Stefan.
Thank you very much, Graham. And thank you again to Porsche Centre North Toronto for hosting us this evening. And I brought my Macan in earlier today and had some impeccable service done. So please check them out for parts, service, new, pre-owned, whatever your Porsche needs are, okay? Next, we're going to invite someone up to do a special deep dive into these two beautiful cars we have here. If Roy Lichtenstein, if you could please make your way to the stage. Roy, we were looking for someone with some good knowledge on these vehicles, and Roy has some very, he's I believe driven both these vehicles. Not the 918. He's not allowed to drive the 918 yet. He's working on it. You got to drive the 959 though. I don't think, can any of us say we've driven a 959? Maybe not. So anyway, we're gonna get a mic onto Roy, and we're gonna do some little walkarounds for the virtual audience. And we'll be doing some prizes and welcoming new members after that. Take it away, Roy.
All right, thank you. Hey, so yeah, so far I've driven the 959 quite a bit. 918 just got straight here for service. So once that's done, I can't wait to drive this and see the comparison. But for the 959, the first time I drove it, the biggest thing was honestly, I just couldn't believe I'm driving the car because, you know, I grew up with cars and it's like, this is one of the most iconic cars ever made. And just a crazy story behind it, crazy technology, what it was back in the day. It's pretty much like the equivalent of what a Veyron was when it came out. So this car has 444 horsepower. But it came out as a competitor to the Ferrari F40, and I believe it did 197 miles an hour when it was new, which was actually the fastest car in the world. And then pretty much the F40 beat it, so Porsche needed to go and make something to be a little bit faster than that. So they made variations of this called the 959S. Those cars, I believe, broke the 200-mile-an-hour mark. But this was, I believe, the first car with TPMS sensors. This was one of the first all-wheel drive supercars, if not the first. Yeah, based off a 911, but if you know what you're looking at, you can clearly tell it's a lot more aggressive, a lot wider, and yeah, a lot more unique. You get this, most of them have the silver interior, and I believe they only made them, I believe, 88 and 89. And this one is in Guards Red with the white wheels. And then after this, the next big supercar to come out was obviously the GT1, then the Carrera GT, and then they took a massive step forward with the 918. So 918, I think, came out in 2014. This one is a 2015. It's not a white set car, it's a regular car. This one has just under 400 miles, white, and it's one of the very few cars that didn't have the black interior with the green stitching. This one actually has a red interior, and I believe it might be the only one with the silver piping and stitching. I think all the other ones had the green ones, just because the hybrid matches the calipers. So there's a very unique spec. It's the only one in the world in this spec. I think there's another Y-Sec car that's with the white and red configuration. But yeah, 887 horsepower, hybrid hypercar, competing with the P1 and the LaFerrari. Obviously, still to this day, one of the most iconic cars. Not a lot of cars really get up to where this is from 2015. So yeah, I definitely can't wait to try out driving this car and see the difference between 30 years of technology. Let's go. You want to drive one, I'll drive the other. But yeah, this car, crazy, a lot of active aero, a lot of crazy technology, and I can't wait to try it out. Yeah, so 887 horsepower on the 918 and 444 horsepower on the 959. So they doubled it over the 30 years, but there's completely different driving experiences. This is very light, nimble. The crazy thing about this is it's a $1 million car, but you're not nervous driving it. You're not nervous pushing it. Every time I drive it, honestly, I push it as hard as I can, and it just feels so solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to break at any point, which is crazy for a 30-year-old car with like that crazy of technology. I haven't driven the 918 yet, but I know it's going to be kind of the total opposite, where this is very driver involved, and you're kind of doing everything yourself. This is crazy, the type of technology that's in this car, what this car can do, and this can probably make you a lot better driver than this can.
Thanks so much, Roy. Everyone give a hand to Roy Lichtenstein. He seems to have a good job. Maybe one I can aspire to. So it almost makes you wonder what will be the next Porsche supercar. This one, the 959, is a bit of a precursor to the 918 Spyder. And many of you are familiar with the Carrera GT with V10 power. And as these cars progress, of course, this one is a hybrid. And it makes you wonder, will Porsche's next real big supercar, will it be all electric? Seems like the world is heading in that sort of direction. And then also makes you wonder, our beloved 911, where will it end up? There's talk about hybridization. There's talk about an electric 911 as well. And it's amazing that when you see the 992 911s in the showroom here, just a stunning piece of performance machinery. And it's amazing that with every iteration, they just get better and better and better. So it's exciting to find out what Porsche has in store next. So up next, Jackie Metcalf, thank you. She's going to step in and we're going to do some prize draws. So we have some wonderful prizes here. And Graham, do you want to come up and present? We have some wonderful prizes here, generously donated by Porsche Centre North Toronto. And we're going to do 4 of them for our virtual crowd. And we're going to do 8 of them for our in-person crowd. So we have a raffle and for the in-person, so you don't have to do anything. Aren't you lucky? But you had to spend a little bit of money, right? So it's all worth it. And the virtual people, they might have to answer a skill testing question. And our first number, Jackie has pulled 936644.
936-644. And Graham is going to model an item that that somebody will win. Somebody who needs to check their ticket. There we go. We have a winner. And it's a Mamba green thermos, Porsche thermos. And Graham will hook you up later with a Mamba green Porsche vehicle to go match with it. You have to have matching, you know. All of my Porsche stuff is red. All of it. Next number. We have 032060, whatever I said, 060. There we go. Congratulations. You got a cap there. So we're going to do a question for our virtual audience, and we will get the prize to you somehow. And the question is, at the interchange of which two major highways, northeast corner, is Porsche Centre North Toronto located? So we're just going to wait on our Zoom. This is where everyone at home is lightning fingers, typing real quick. And we got Appendeep got 401 and 404. Congratulations. Nice. Appendeep, you won this beautiful Cayman GT4 146 scale model. Sometimes I wish I could win these. Maybe when I'm not president. Good reason not to be president for me. You can rise up. So our next number, we got 032054. 032054. Winner. Bing, bing. There we go. And Graham's got a, looks like a mug. A mug for you, Porsche mug. Makes coffee taste that much better. Your mornings will never be the same. So we'll do another in person here, and then we'll go online. So our next number is 032051, and we got another beautiful model car. It's a 917 concept. You want to show Chris Hebert that? 032051. 032051. Check those tickets. Somebody in the back. So we're going to go with another virtual question. And the question is, what year did Porsche Centre North Toronto open? And how many years did they win the Premier Porsche Dealer Distinction Award? So it's a two-part question. And we need the two parts in your one answer. Come on. So we got one. Y Goslin, 2017 it opened, and they won the Premier Dealer Award for 3 years. And they would have won it for an extra year, I'm sure, but there was 1 year where the pandemic, they didn't do the award for 1 year there. So we'll be in touch with the virtual audience afterwards for connecting you with your prizes. Next number, 032057. 032057, there we go. Got a winner right here. Graham's got a thermos mug for you. Wonderful. And our next number, 032042. 032042. There we go. Congratulations. Nice hat there for you. One more on virtual.
Sorry? You mentioned something for 40th
Hey.
anniversary this year.
Oh,
Graham, you have a question for our virtual audience?
it's,
What's the question for the Zoom audience?
The question for the Zoom audience is what is this the 40th anniversary of this year? It's a 911, but which model?
Rob Payne, 911 cab, right?
Nice work, Rob Payne.
Congratulations, Rob Payne. That was 4 on virtual. That was 3. Okay, so we'll do one more in a bit. So our next ticket here is 032065. 032065. Congratulations. Heath, Congratulations. Keith owns a Taycan Turbo S, right? You own a Taycan Turbo S, and you love it? I love it. He loves his Taycan Turbo S, and you have a 911? 993 twin turbo, and a Macan Turbo. Keith doesn't mess around. He only gets really good, amazing
One
vehicle.
in person,
One more each, okay.
one, yeah.
Okay, do we want to do one more virtual?
We have any new members on the chat?
Okay, so we're gonna offer the next prize to our newest member who's joining us on the chat. And so if you could please let us know on the chat if you're a new member and when you joined, and we'll have to verify that and just speak up on the chat there. And while I'm at it, I just want to ask, do we have any new club members here this evening who don't have their club pin or their window decal yet? I know we have Rocco Falcone. Do you want to raise your hand? You're a fairly new member, right? You have your pin? No? Okay, you want to come up and we'll get you your club member pin. Jackie will present it to you. Thank you for joining the club. You could just come around here or whatever you like. Also, it's hard to tell sometimes when we do these virtual events because they're, few and far between, and then we have in person, and so we can't give out pins, and then we can give out pins, so we're not always sure who's got their pins. So Tim Leung, are you here, Tim? Are you a new member and you have your club pin? Okay, we'll get you your club pin. Jackie will get your club pin right here. So these are just new members who, when they signed up, there were 2020, 2021, 2022. So just want to recognize them and welcome them to the club. Kevin McGee, is Kevin? Yeah. Hi, Kevin. Do you have your club pin and your decal? Okay, perfect. We got you there. Bill Rogers. Bill Rogers, are you here? Okay. Maybe not. Well, welcome, Bill. And Jackie, what did the chat look like? Who do we have?
We have a new member, April 2022, Alan Y.
Alan Y, congratulations and welcome to the club. We'll make sure you get your pin and decal. And he joined just this month. So April 2022. Awesome. Welcome. Great. So do we have?
One more in person, one more online.
We got one more in person. So we have 032067. 032067.
Yahtzee.
Bingo.
We'll come to you.
We'll come to you. You get a nice, beautiful model that Chris has joined the virtual audience there. There you go. We've done all virtual.
Got lots of new members on the chat.
Okay. Jackie is going to let us know who the virtual members are on the chat.
So welcome to our new members who are joining us virtually on Zoom. We have over 80 people on Zoom, so welcome. We have Mike Dobbs. He finally found his dream Porsche, so he joined the club. We're happy to have him. Paolo Ameta, welcome. And then lots of new members chiming in for the final prize. We have Alan Y, who won the prize. We have David Adams, joined last fall. Geeta Mystery, Lindsay Bartrey, Mike Doubs, and that's everybody looks like we have on the chat, and Craig Allen as well. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us on Zoom.
Great to see so many new members engaged. We try to keep some of this Zoom virtual stuff going. It allows us to reach more people when we're a little bit limited here in person. And Graham, we're doing one more?
I believe so.
Okay. Yep. We can keep going all night. Your parts department's open, right?
Last virtual.
Okay.
I don't. I thought you guys might. What can we say?
Well, I have a question. Here's a question for people. So I mentioned earlier that the 918 Spyder is still one of the fastest cars, production cars in the world at 2.5 seconds. there is a Porsche that shares that distinction, that exact speed number. And which model is it? We're going to test our, and we got a turbo, let's see. Yep, Robert Bauman. We got Turbo S, 911 Turbo S, and the 918 Spyder share the 2.5 seconds, 0 to 60 mile per hour acceleration time. So congratulations, and we'll make sure that those prizes get out. Thank you, Graham, and thank you to Porsche Centre North Toronto. And that's about it. Jackie, do you have anything to add?
I would just add that Club Race volunteer registration is open on Club Reg, just like you registered for this social. So July 29, 30, 31st, the long weekend in July, we'd be happy to have you at motorsport to help out with our 25th anniversary Can-Am Club Race Challenge. So hope to see you there.
Great, Jackie, and thank you very much. If anyone else wants to volunteer, you can send an email to volunteer@pcaucr.org. And we hope to see you at our next event, Shift into Spring Open House, April 24th, 427 CSN Auto Collision. And it will be from 10 in the morning till about 2 in the afternoon. And lots of great things going to be happening there. And driving tours opening soon, and lots more fun coming up. And before we head out, I also want to thank Graham once again and Leslie McClellan for setting this all up. And they also are generously hosting a Cars and Coffee for the club in August. So check the calendar for that. Just trying to do some more casual events that don't require advanced registration. You could just jump in your Porsche, show up, have fun, have some coffee, hang out in the beautiful weather. So thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us virtually. See you April 24th.